Bonjour à tous, welcome back to Lingoni. My name is Alicia and today we'll be talking about countries, nationalities and preposition. So first of all, I'd like to talk about the prepositions that exist in French that we use before countries and cities. It's very useful at your level and there is a general rule that can be used anytime, so that's a good thing. On utilise deux types de prépositions en français devant les pays. So in French, you need to know that we have feminine and masculine countries. So you need to know if the country you're talking about is feminine or masculine. And then you decide which preposition you use. So if it's a feminine country, how do I know if it's a feminine country? Usually when it ends in E, final E. Examples, France, Italie, Espagne, Russie. I would say la France, l'Italie with L apostrophe because there is a vowel, but that's la Italie. L'Espagne, same thing with the L apostrophe. La Russie. Okay, so in that case, when I want to say I live in Spain, for example, you would say j'habite en Espagne. The preposition en with the nasal sound. J'habite en Espagne. Okay, I use en as a fixed preposition before a country that is judged feminine. Let's see some very simple examples. I'll tell them to you straight in French because I think you can perfectly get them. J'habite en Espagne. Je travaille en France. Je voyage en Italie. Je pars en Russie. Okay, so mainly verb of the first group except the last one, partir. Careful with the preposition j'habite, the pronunciation, sorry. J'habite, je travaille, je voyage. You do not pronounce the final E of the verb, of course. En, preposition nasal, and then Espagne, France, Italie, Russie. It is extremely common to hear je voyage à la France, ou à la France you do this or that, or à France even, and au France, I've heard that too. So forget about all this, and à la France is the most common, I think. Probably something fixed that you've heard and you think you can say that. At least I'm talking here in Spain because then each speaker has very common mistakes. But à la France for Spanish students, I don't know if you can confirm that, but it's very common. So no, remember that everything that ends in E, of course you will have a couple of exceptions. I will talk about them right now. But usually if it ends up in E, then it's supposed to be like a feminine country and I use the preposition en. I will repeat the sentences very quickly. J'habite en Espagne, je travaille en France, je voyage en Italie, je pars en Russie. D'accord? Exception, oui, a couple, we said Mozambique et Mexique. You say au Mozambique just as much as you say au Mexique, which is normally the preposition used for masculine countries. A-U. O. This sound is very easy to pronounce. So the other countries, basically any other countries is judged masculine country. So you would say je pars au Canada, for example. J'habite au Mexique, that's to use the exception. Je vis au Brésil, j'habite et je vis, synonyme, as you know. Donc j'habite au Mexique, je vis au Brésil, je voyage, careful with the pronunciation of this one, voyage, very open, au Japon or au Pérou. Okay, so basically all the other countries, as you can see, one is ending in A, the other one is ending in L, N, U. All these one are considered masculine countries, right? So that was for the part of the countries and the preposition we use. Now, if you're talking about a city, it's much easier because you would use à, préposition à avec accent. Exemple, la Tour Eiffel est à Paris. À Paris, en France. La Statue de la Liberté est à New York, aux États-Unis. That's a new one, aux États-Unis. My bad. When the country is like plural, like United States, or Pays-Bas, which is Holland in French, Pays-Bas in two words, or Seychelles, that's a different style, you would use the preposition AUX, pronounced O, exactly identical to the singular pronunciation. O, but with final X. Aux États-Unis, aux Pays-Bas, aux Seychelles. Okay? And aux États-Unis, I'm doing the link because the country starts with a vowel, so I can do the sound Z, aux États-Unis. But then I would say aux Pays-Bas, aux Seychelles, without any sound due to the final X. Right? Sorry about that. So back to the sentences with the city. La Tour Eiffel est à Paris, en France. La Statue de la Liberté est à New York, aux États-Unis. That's the plural one. Big Ben est à Londres. Londres. We do pronounce Londres and we write it Londres. En Angleterre. This one here ends in E, so it's a feminine one. Il habite à Toronto, au Canada. I had put a different one then. Le musée royal de l'Ontario est à Toronto, au Canada. Yeah, so you have a place something to visit, a point of interest for each city and country. It's true, that wasn't fair for Canada. So le musée royal de l'Ontario est à Toronto, au Canada. Right, that's for the preposition. So the preposition, when it comes to cities, is very easy because you need to use a with the stress on top of it, very important. And if it's a country, just remember that it's en, au, or O with final X, right? Now, one last thing, when we talk nationalities, I'd like to give you some very fixed rules, but there is very little fixed rules. You just have to learn them, pretty much. Get used to it, because it's a bit like in Spanish or in English, or you just learn how it works. But I can give you like mainly the very common endings. So usually nationalities would end in AIS, like français, but also anglais, portugais, japonais. Okay, so that's the masculine one. Feminine, I would add a final E and pronounce the S. So français if it's a man, française if it's a girl. Okay, if it's a woman. So AIS is a typical ending. OIS is another one, like in chinois, chinois, chinoise, suédois, if you come from Sweden, suédoise, danois, Danish, danoise. That's a common one. Another one would be AIN, américain. This one is nasal, remember, especially when you're a man. Américain. And then if you're a girl, américaine. Canadien, canadienne. Italien, italienne. And when I speak in feminine, I need to add another N and final E. Autrichien, autrichienne. Péruvien, péruvienne. That's from Peru. Australien, australienne. Quite common, this one. Okay, so like main endings, AIS, OIS, AIN, EN. And the pronunciation would be E, like in français, OIA, like in chinois, un, like in américain, and another type of un, like in indien. Okay, so that's pretty much it. A couple of exceptions too. Grec, for example, if it's a man, you say grec, ending in C. And if you talk about a girl, you would write it C-Q-U-E. C-Q-U-E. Elle est grecque. Turc, final C. But if it's a girl, turc, Q-U-E. Q-U-E. Elle est turque. Right? Yeah. And one last important thing, and then that's it. Or that's it. One last thing. When do I put like capital letter and when do I not put capital letter? 3 cases. Once you remember that, you're done with the majuscule ou minuscule. It's a very good question and it's a common one. So 3 cases. The first one, je me réfère à la langue. Je me réfère à la langue. I'm referring to the language. So I'm using the word as a noun. Example, je ne parle pas chinois. So in that case, you would never put like a capital letter. Never. You just put like chinois with a C, normal C, right? Minuscule. Je ne parle pas chinois. I'm using the word as referring to the language. Second case, I use it as an adjective. So, ma chanteuse préférée est une chanteuse italienne. Adjectif. Je qualifie le nom chanteuse. Une chanteuse italienne. Pas de majuscule non plus. Minuscule. D'accord? Et troisième cas, here is the important one. Remember, that's the only case where you would put like a capital letter. Je me réfère au peuple, à l'ensemble des habitants, like the whole thing, the whole people of a country. Like, les Français sont arrogants. French people are arrogant. Okay, les Français. I'm doing a huge cliché, stéréotype généralisé. Les Français, in that case, yes, I go for the big F. Okay, like capital letter. Les Français. Or, if I use j'utilise l'adjectif comme nom pour parler d'une personne. I'm using the adjective as a noun to talk about one person. Usually it sounds really bad, like un Italien. Il y a un Italien, or not, I don't know, it doesn't have to be, but il y a un Italien dans l'entreprise. Il y a un Italien, this way I have to put like the capital letter. So, les Français, general thing, capital letter, un Italien, capital letter. But, je ne parle pas chinois, small. Ma chanteuse préférée est une chanteuse italienne, small. I hope this is clear enough. If it's not, I will give you like many more examples, and you will find anywhere exercises, interactive exercises, worksheets, podcasts, videos, everything you need to practice that and like make sure you get rid of any kind of doubts on lingoni.com. So remember to check lingoni.com to be able to practice everything here. I hope that was clear enough. I hope you will remember the different like preposition before a country. And then the main endings for nationalities, and just basically learn yours. And then by ear, you will say, oh no, I guess this one is not a wa, it's a un, and stuff like that. I guess it's just practice after that. But at least you have an idea of the main endings. And majuscule ou minuscule, also that I hope it was clear enough. All right, so thank you very much for your attention. I see you very soon for a new lesson. À bientôt. Au revoir.